I'm Ben Thomas, also referred to as Dr. Ben. If you don't know why, let's catch up sometime and we can talk about it. I've been with Algorithm, had the privilege to be with Algorithm for 4 years and to work with a lot of you in operations and manufacturing. And it's manufacturing is near and dear to my heart, especially production scheduling. And looking forward to some of the improvements that continue to come down the pike that Acumatica is delivering. So that's what I'll be talking about today. And there are really two things I want to share. The first one is related to a screen called Production Orders by Build Capability. And you see a snapshot here. And this is all about making sure, based on the material that is available to issue, which production orders are ready to go into production, or potentially might have some other statuses that need investigation. And there's some nice color coding there. And then the second thing I want to show, a little bit of eye candy, is a scheduling capacity dashboard view that's going to help you plan by work center over a selected time range. And we can talk about what the different colors mean. This second feature, this capacity view, is only available with advanced planning and scheduling on your license. So the first screen I want to talk about is the production orders by build capability that we just saw. And there is a new column here, readiness to produce. So a production order might be ready or not ready, etc. And then you can see what quantity is actually there ready to produce itself. And we have some of the familiar side panel widgets here, and you could add your own as well, as we'll talk about here in a bit. So ready means that we have all available materials for issue ready to go for the production order for all operations, even though this one has only one operation. So that would show ready. If I filter here just on the 0, where maybe I don't have things ready to produce, we'll look at just, what would not ready mean. Not ready is really just on the other, the other opposite. And it means I'm short for all operations. So really I can't begin. I probably need to replan this one or reschedule the dates for this. But there are two other statuses that are somewhat in between. And one here that's colored orange is ready to start. And that means that there's enough material available to issue for the first initial operation. See, we're not short anything there, but for the next operations following, we are short. So we could start and get things ready while we may investigate availability for the following operations. And then lastly, we have this kind of soft green status, partially ready. And that means that we have some on hand for multiple operations, even though we may be short for the total quantity remaining. So we could do some production again, maybe, and then maybe lower what we were going to make or do more investigation, etc. So that's a helpful, just quick color-coded visual to help us know what we could work on and or should maybe investigate based on material availability. One of the things I liked about this particular screen is that it's not a screen that would require customization. It's actually a generic inquiry, so no customization really needed, a low-code, no-code option. Which means a generic inquiry. Hopefully you're all familiar. If you're not, call us at Algorithm and we'll help you learn about this because it's one of the most powerful pieces of functionality in Acumatica. But basically, you can copy and paste it. You can make your own. There's a table in the background that you can use. Here, they've added a production readiness by prod item data access class, kind of Acumatica's language for a table. So there's a new table with some of its own interesting data values that you could use in some of your own generic inquiries that you might build. So I kind of, it piqued my interest. So I dug down into the weeds here, and I cherry picked some ones that I thought were kind of interesting. So the new due date that Kristen just talked about is already here in this data access class for use. And a related due date difference, which shows you the difference in days from due date to end date. I thought that was interesting. And another one that I found piqued my interest was this max quantity to produce. And maybe you have enough to produce something, but you could look and see that you could actually make a lot more. So just bringing these fields to the fore, I went ahead and just copied the generic inquiry myself and made my own version and brought these fields out. So the max quantity you can see here, yeah, I have 8 ready to go, but really I could make up to 61. So if a customer called, I can see quickly and say, oh, sure, I could make more if you need here pretty soon. So I thought that was kind of nice and could be used elsewhere. And then here are some of the due dates and due date fields there that could be exposed and used. So yeah, nice to be able to use generic inquiries. Again, good for you to learn more about those on your own if you haven't already. Next feature I want to talk about is the scheduling work center capacity view. So yeah, again, very nice. I think pleasing to the eye to come here and just see some quick color coding. It's on a dashboard widget. The way it works is you come here again. You have to have the advanced planning and scheduling on your license, but you would come here with, and this dashboard would be here, ready to go, and you could plug in your work center. Here I put in WC10. And then I put in a beginning date and an ending date. And so down here below, it's showing me the capacities for each day of that week in that work center. So what do the colors mean? Green means that we're under 100%. And so we still have some room there, but we should be able to easily produce what's needed at that work center for that day. Yellow is right at 100 or just barely above 100, means that we've maxed out the capacity, but we also did a good job of maxing it out. But maybe we don't want to go much higher or higher at all. Orange means we did go higher, and it's kind of a first level of warning. It's going to be orange up to 120%. So maybe a little more difficult to get production done at that work center for that day. And then red, an emergency level type setting. So we're above 120%. We probably want to offload a production order or enough of this to maybe out to Thursday or Friday. And so this quick high level view lets us see that fairly quickly. I do want to mention that it's including both production orders that are scheduled using advanced planning and scheduling, but also production orders that are not scheduled yet. They're also factored in, so that's nice. And then let's say we want to drill down a little bit. We can just actually click on one of the bars here. So we'll click on this emergency one. assuming we might want to investigate and replan. And that actually takes us, if you're used to the planning and scheduling, to a familiar screen in the background, the Work Center capacity screen. And we can look and see how many blocks we could consume for that day. That we actually have 30 right now for that date range, so it's too much. And then that helps us understand why we're at 166% capacity. And then if we want to further drill down views, we can click on the date as normal. And that would take us to the Work Center schedule, where we could see which work orders were here in the background and maybe do some, again, further investigation, reset some dates. And in fact, this Work Center schedule is down at the bottom that they've added to this new dashboard. And what's driving that is this date here. So I can change the date, and then it'll show me those work orders at that Work Center for that date. So again, I can just put this to 7 and see those there, and go ahead and click on it and drill and make those changes right from this dashboard. Great new views, easy to look at, easy to read, very readable, and getting some new features getting added to the scheduling suite in Acumatica. Look forward to using it. Look forward to seeing more that they have ready to come. Thanks for your time and attention.